I regret nothing. Welcome to the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast.
Welcome back, everyone. This is now the 21st episode of the I Regret Nothing podcast. I feel like we're knocking these off at a higher clip nowadays, so maybe we'll get to 25 before the end of the year. But I figured I'd get somebody new, some new blood into this episode. I've got our normal cast of characters. I've got the French-Canadian Sebastian in the bottom left, and his teacher in all things art and sex. Oh man, I actually have you guys fucking backwards.
I just saw that.
Oh man, I am fucking pathetic. I'm gonna fix that. Give me a second here, guys, huh?
All right.
Remember when I said I have this all figured out?
Mm-hmm. You totally did not.
I don't have shit figured out. All right, now.
There we go. We're moving. That's awesome.
Now I have fixed us. Another French-Canadian, Hemingway in the bottom right. And coming to us from the not-so-sunny state of Washington, Miss Slaughter.
Rainy state.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. We like to give people time on air. This time it turns out it is a gamer girl that happens to love Postal.
I do, actually, for a long time now.
Yeah, as you can see, she has a Running with Scissors sign behind her, but
and I have
don't.
The shirt.
And she has a shirt. God damn it! And I did not send those things to her before this show just so she could wear them. She actually owns those things because for some reason she likes the shit that we do, which is pretty fucking cool. So anyway, I know you guys have been playing our latest update to Postal 4, all of us, all of you. I think even Miss Slaughter, we're just going to call her Kels.
All right.
Miss Slaughter's like such a, it's like saying Hemingway, like fucking
the full
God, man.
But it sounds so cool, doesn't it?
It does sound cool. It's just a lot. It's just a mouthful when I'm trying to speak fast. You know what I mean? So the Tuesday update for Postal 4 has been out now for a week, and I wouldn't say the reviews are in because it's not like we're getting reviewed on a mass scale here, but we've gotten a lot of feedback from the fans, from the community, and it was a resounding success. We showed that we were not just making some jank piece of shit that sort of resembles Postal 2, that we're actually, going in a forward direction, not moving backwards. Monday sort of came out. I mean, it was well received, but it was very obvious it wasn't quite up to our own standards. But obviously it was light years better than that vile piece of shit that we didn't shit into existence, that Akella shit into existence back in 2011. If you want to read up more on that, go to our website and under games, click Postal 3. There's a whole nice new tale about what went wrong.
It's a big video, right? It's like a big documentary.
Yeah, huge documentary.
Yeah. It's even VR.
Yeah,
you can see in VR.
And Jeff Keighley flew out to Arizona and interviewed us and made a nice video about Postal 3. Go to the website, check it out. Click on Postal 3 under games. So thank you for playing our new shit. I did want to have a small PSA here, because as it seems there is a lot of violence going on right now. I don't want to say in the world. I just want to say in the United States, because it's a fucking hellhole right now. How about we just shoot people in games?
Yeah, that's a good idea, right?
And saying
Good
that all
place to start.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this for a long time, that violence belongs in games, not on the streets. And, I understand there are situations in your life where you might need to defend yourself. But if you put yourself in a situation where you have to shoot somebody, maybe you should be playing video games instead.
Totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we put a bunch of sensitive hipsters into the Tuesday update for you to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You can join.
Yeah.
You can join in on the fray and shoot all the sensitive hipsters you want.
The SJWs.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my PSA. I just want people to, not shoot people. IRL.
Exactly. I mean, I've been on that same crusade basically since I was a teenager about, because that's when I really got into violent video games. Like I played shooters when I was young, when I was introduced to like Doom and Quake and Duke Nukem and stuff. But I mainly played like cute little mascot platformers when I was younger up until I grew up. And then when I was a teenager, that's when I started really getting into like Postal and the really violent games, especially the OG Postal. That's actually way more on the morbid side than, the later games.
What brought you to those games? Was it
being an angsty teenager, honestly?
Okay.
And that's it goes back to Mike's point about, keeping violence in video games and kind of using violent video games as like a stress reliever, and instead of acting on any like angsty tendencies you may have.
But were they forbidden? Were they forbidden at home with your parents or?
Not really. I mean, my parents, that was actually probably one of the cool things they did for me, is like they didn't really police like the entertainment that I consumed growing
same
up.
for me.
And and I grew up fine, so like it may not work for some kids growing up, but it may work for others.
It's a minority. Yeah,
exactly. But I feel like if parents do push too hard generally, then the kids are going to want to rebel and actually want to consume more content that they don't want.
Exactly.
They're going to go the other way.
So I think it worked out for me.
Blink-182, that's what people say.
Mike J loves Blink. Well, okay, with like the old Blink or like the old Blink or the recent Blink.
Is this because Tony Hawk has been re-released? Like we're talking about this old school punk music.
So there's like Papa Roach.
Hey, I saw Papa Roach live quite a few times.
Yeah, they're good. I saw them like once or twice. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they were fine.
They got a handful of bangers. I'll admit.
A small handful.
A small handful.
Right, and they've only become popular again because DJs have decided they all want to like mix in old
like their sound bites
90s early 2000s rock, so they're bringing that shit back. Happy birthday. Yeah, it was my birthday last week. I am now 39, so
ouch.
The big 40's coming.
I think I had my 39th birthday. I got a little beard trim and I decided not to dye it this time, so now I look like a fucking old man. Got this gray shit going on. It's taken over my beard. It's taken over my fucking life.
Hey, own it. Isn't that what they call like older guys with gray hair, like silver foxes?
I do. I understand that, and I don't think I'd have a problem if my whole beard was gray, but it's not.
Just patchy.
It's just patchy is maybe an understatement. Like most of the sides are gray, and then none of this is really gray, and it's like I think I'd rather it all just be.
Do you have hair coming out of your ears?
Though. I mean, I do trim a little bit of hair coming out of my ears, but
like
it's not
here?
bad.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Maybe if you got closer to your camera, Sebastian, we could see it.
Yeah, we could see it.
We had a conference call yesterday, and Vince didn't have his camera off on his phone, and he had his phone.
Oh my god! Wow!
We were looking right into his ear hole. It was very nice. Like fucking please.
What a boomer thing to do, right?
On that topic, there's an event coming up this weekend.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
It's called Realms Deep 2020. It's the inaugural Boomer Shooter event hosted by 3D Realms. You might know them as the original developers of Duke Nukem. And so they're having an event that is, basically strictly for this new comeback genre of boomer shooters. If you don't know what a boomer shooter is, then
you're missing out.
You're missing out. I believe I would like to let Kels tell us, since it is her
domain.
MO, it is her game type. So just anybody that doesn't know, give them a little story about what is a boomer shooter.
All right. Well, Boomer Shooters is kind of like a fun nickname for the retro FPS genre, which, we now consider games like Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem, Shadow Warrior, Blood, like pretty much any build engine game or any retro FPS that came out. Like I'd even consider Unreal Tournament.
Yeah.
What else?
Hallway shooters.
Yeah, pretty much anything like that was really popular. Serious Sam, really popular in the 90s as an FPS. And, Doom and Wolfenstein, they started it all pretty much.
So
and
basically
then,
what they're saying is people that played games in the 90s are boomers. And what
Yeah,
I
pretty
would
much.
say to that is boomers were a little bit too old to be playing games in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Boomers were playing games in the 80s and the 70s.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I had Doom on a floppy disk. I had that.
Right, but you're not a boomer.
No, I'm not. No.
I may be the oldest one of us all. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
think
not
so.
a boomer. I'm not even Gen X.
No.
I'm like what they call a xennial,
Millennial.
I believe. No, I'm a xennial. I'm like this forgotten small generation in between
Oh, that is a
Gen
2-year
X
gap.
and millennials. Yeah.
Fell between the cracks.
This
Yeah, fuck
fucking
those guys.
weird nothing.
Hey, at least you don't have any other generation like constantly roasting your generation.
That's
you know?
true. That's
Like
true.
I'm a millennial and we're constantly getting roasted, even though not all of us are like that.
Right,
so.
and it was really it must have been really hard to come down on millennials as a boomer saying you're lazy and you don't do anything, why don't you own a house? And it's like, well, you can't fucking buy a house right now.
Oh yeah, because they
And
bought a
it's
house.
fucking funny
yeah.
because
They bought
20
they
grand a
raised
house.
us, they fucking raised us, and then
Yes.
they're roasting us on our life
Of course.
choices and shit.
Man, you guys really fucked up. And it's like, hello, parents.
Yeah, they had like that summer job as a lifeguard at a pool, and they bought a Camaro house, and
Exactly.
Guys, I worked all summer as a CIT,
Yeah,
and
I
now I
worked-
own
yeah.
3 properties.
yeah, 33 hours a week, man.
Mind
I
you,
got my master's degree working at Disneyland part time.
Yeah, exactly.
everything was
Yeah.
cost effective for baby boomers. And then they just fucking gobbled up all that wealth.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
we're not
getting
gonna
worse.
we're not gonna have a generational discussion here. We're all roughly.
No, yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I don't want to say we're all roughly the same age because clearly I am more than a decade older than Miss Slaughter down there, and I don't even know how old you Frenchies are. You people
Yeah.
live in the snow.
It's a
and-
secret. We have no
Yeah.
age here.
Yeah.
Mortal.
French fucks.
It's the poutine.
Yeah, the poutine
All
makes
that
us look
fucking
younger.
gravy. You guys don't even. You
Oh,
guys, You know what? I'll take poutine, but hold the fries, hold the cheese curds.
Oh really?
Just give me a cup of gravy.
Oh yeah, it's straight in the
Oh,
cup. While driving around like in a cup.
oh wow, that won't feel good. No.
So there is no longer any Canadian teams in the NHL playoffs, is there?
Oh
Yep.
well.
You guys are
I
hosting
think-
the games yourself. The cup will be hoisted in Canada, and there are no Canadian teams left.
Shame, right?
I mean,
Shame.
Well, to our
Well,
defense, we only have
consider-
like 5 teams. Yeah, 4 or 5. How many?
yeah, but
Canucks?
still,
Right? Yeah, I know.
Kels, are you a hockey fan at all? Are you a sports fan at all? I mean, you do
I
have
watch
the
some
Kraken.
sports.
You do have the Kraken coming to a city near you.
That is
True.
That's true.
I actually bought a
I like to
Kraken.
play sports more than watch them, but I do like a good baseball game because
Okay.
baseball's one of my favorites.
There you go. I was a diehard. Well, I am a diehard Yankee fan, but I used to watch like give or take 115 games a season. So it's like
Okay.
one of those things that got me through. Somebody says I need to adjust the sensitivity of my mic. Am I too loud?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think
You're
so.
fine for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I turned down the volume a little bit in OBS, so
Just for
maybe
Todd.
I'm not going to be popping so much.
Just for Todd.
Anyway, yes, baseball, yada yada yada. Most people don't give a fuck about it anymore, and but it is one of the things getting us through these rough times right now. Now that there's baseball back,
Yeah,
and
we'll
there's
take
hockey
anything,
back,
yeah.
and I don't watch basketball, but I'm sure it's helping people out. Somehow, college football is trying to happen in a couple of areas.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work out, but yeah,
No,
we'll see.
No, not at all.
You need bubbles. It's the only way to go. For now.
Well,
Yeah,
did you
a full
see like
bubble.
baseball's
Yeah.
like we're not going to do bubbles, and then they had all these cases, and then they're
Yeah.
like we're going to do a bubble for the playoffs. It's like okay, you could have just done it for the whole season.
Exactly, but
And
yeah.
Although I have been reading some of these like player journals from the NHL bubble, and it is affecting them in a negative way. Like
Of course.
not being able to really visit your family and friends, not being able to leave the hotel, like, you know,
they
you
usually have like
cup.
young families. Yeah, they have young families, so very young children, and you want to be there.
And then you got people like Robin Leonard who have like struggled mightily with you know, mental disorders, and now they're sort of locked in an area.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all game developers, so we're kind of like in a bubble anyway, right? Like
we're used we prepared our whole life, so it's
our
fine.
whole life for this, for like lockdown.
We are ready. Running with Scissors went remote over 10 years ago because we knew everybody was going to be remote soon. That's why we did it.
Yeah.
So I figured I would let Kelsey introduce herself, so people know that I'm not just grabbing some random Postal fan, some random gamer girl onto this show. She was in the industry, so she does have a keen eye for what is and what isn't good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your backstory? How'd you start in the industry and where'd you end up?
All right. In a nutshell, so I don't go on rambling forever. I'm originally from Las Vegas, and 2K Games, their publisher QA studio was located in Northridge, which is like in LA, basically in California, but they moved to Las Vegas. So I was in college at the time, but one of my friends whose mother was friends with the HR recruiter at 2K Games, she was like, hey, there's a job that just opened up here that's like, you know, involves you testing video games, and I think you'd be really good at that, or you'd really love that because you're obsessed with video games. And I was like, okay, like I'll apply, even though I was in college, so I didn't know how like a full-time job would work. So I did it anyway because that was my dream career, was to be in the games industry. So I was originally going to college for criminal justice, but I finished 1 year in like a semester, and then I ended up dropping out to pursue games full-time because they like really mean it when they say they don't accommodate school, like when you're in those jobs already, especially QA jobs, because they like to push you around in QA a little bit. So like they're like, yeah, no, like we're not gonna let you take time off to stay in school or whatever. It's like either this job or pursue a degree. You can't do both. So I was like, all right, well, I'm already in the industry, so I might as well just, you know, I wasn't really feeling my degree anyway, and like I wanted to skew more into games. So I dropped out, and then I pursued QA until I couldn't take it anymore at 2K. I won't go into that, but I left 2K, and then I took a temporary job in like a slightly different industry. It was still tech oriented, but it wasn't games per se. So I could move out to LA because they had an office out there. And it was like a kind of segue job that allowed me to like transfer so I could pursue more games jobs in LA. And then when I got there, I started working for Treyarch on Black Ops 3. And then after that, I moved on to a smaller studio called Skydance Interactive. They produced some VR titles and PC like indie shooters. One was actually an arena shooter, so that was cool. I got to actually test an arena shooter, being a big fan of those. So, and then after that, I unfortunately got laid off there and then moved to this place called 2-Bit Circus. It's not really a traditional studio. It's a startup that does a lot of location-based entertainment, such as escape rooms, which are also like narrative story rooms, like 20-minute experiences, VR games, midway and arcade games, interactive game shows. Like we did it all. And it was all done in-house. And we had an actual venue where customers could come in and drink a beer and play our games that we were developing upstairs. So like that was a cool thing to do QA for, because I was the company's only tester. And then I basically became their like unofficial QA lead for a while, and then it was official later. And then I also got promoted to producer, so I was able to produce games there too. So I have a little bit of experience doing, a lot of QA experience and a little bit of producer experience, wearing both hats there. But that's pretty much my industry story. And then unfortunately, I got laid off due to COVID. And then I kind of just took that moment because I didn't have anything else left in LA. So I just up and moved to Washington, and I'm taking a little bit of a break from games right now, even though it's a long overdue break and I needed it, because as we all know, working in games does come with a lot of bullshit a lot of the time. So it was nice to take a break from that, but also I do miss it at the same time. Like I really have the itch to like maybe help my indie dev friends like produce something or do QA for them or whatever they need. Because working on games is really fun, minus all the bullshit, and especially if you have a passion for it. So.
Well,
Yeah.
you had a
But,
nice, long, upbeat story until the
Yeah.
very end.
Mhm.
I omitted all the bad shit, so I don't want to poke a
I
hole in
know.
everybody's game dev dreams there.
No,
just
but
playing it
it's
all on you.
it's needlessly tougher for girls in that industry.
Absolutely.
Needlessly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And you're not going into details, but I can pretty much picture what you're talking about. So I'm very sorry for you for all of that. Yeah, I know. There's a big thing. I mean, you probably know, but there's like a lot of talks right now in the industry. There's like slowly changing, but it's sometimes stories come out and you're like, holy shit, is this the 1950s or 60s?
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
I know, right?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's really great to hear these perspectives from you guys too, because you guys tend to be ostracized by,
Yeah.
the
we are,
mainstream
yeah.
events and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you guys like have it right. And
But it's just hypocrisy, and it's like elitism, which is
Well,
it's
yeah,
stupid.
and as to Kelsey's point, like we are. I mean, this has nothing to do with like sex stuff, but like we are,
No.
just a violent video game developer like everybody else, and nobody else has problems getting their games on consoles or into stores, and we are endlessly beating down doors trying to get shit done, and here we are, still a PC only developer, just fucking dreaming for the days that we're on console. There might be some coming up. I don't have anything to confirm. We're just hoping for it.
Working on it, yeah.
Yeah, we are actively working on it. That reminds me. We sort of were going to talk around it, and we didn't. We are announcing something this weekend. Everybody here knows what it is. I think when Kelsey saw it, she threw up, and then she threw up
maybe a
again,
little.
and not in a bad way, like in a
good
really,
way.
really
Yeah.
good way.
Good vomit.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that just sets you off. I think everybody here is going to be super excited for what we're announcing. I believe it's going to be about an hour into the event on Saturday, so make sure you get on your socials and keep an eye on the Realms Deep event. Follow, give a sub to their Twitch account, and just keep an eye out for what we announce this weekend, because it's something pretty cool.
You know what? I personally like the separate events we have instead of E3 right now. I kind of like it, like this format, like separate shows during the
I'm actually sad because right now, or maybe a couple days ago, we would have been at PAX.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, but PAX is like an event on its own. It's like I said, it's cool to have like multiple main events like that instead of like the big E3.
No, you're right. I agree. And right now, I'm sort of like loosely planning for PAX East in March, end of February. I mean, that might be too soon. We don't know where the world's going to be then, but I really did have a good time, and that would be a pretty funny bookend to all this bullshit, because we were at PAX East like as the shit was happening. Like lockdown happened right when we got back from PAX.
Yeah, when was that? Like March?
Last weekend of February.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That happened right after.
Yeah, like we were we had booked a booth. We're not exactly big money spenders when it comes to trade shows here, and we had spent an awful lot of money booking this event, and then this shit's sort of happening, and I'm like, so is this event even happening? Because all these big companies started pulling out of PAX.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
So I contacted the guys, and I'm like, is this happening? They're like, oh yeah, man, it's happening. And I was like, is anybody
it was a big
even
domino effect,
fucking show up? Like, am I going to fly out there and have this booth, and there's going to be nobody on the floor? He's
Nobody,
like,
no one's
you'll be
there.
surprised. And being in that show floor, while it was probably overly disgusting and definitely a super spreader event, it was a really good time. And as it turns out, there was a study that was done recently that showed that same weekend there was a medical convention in Boston at the same time, and
I remember
that was one of the main super spreader events.
Yeah.
So I'm sure.
I'm sure
the conference hall down the road with 150,000 disgusting gamers walking around, touching everything and spitting and licking
Joysticks.
things.
Coughing like this.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, masks weren't exactly a thing. I mean, people were wearing them, but it was still at the point where, like, if you saw someone in a mask, it was like, oh, weird, he's wearing
It's a freak
mask.
show back then.
Yeah. Now I really wish people were wearing masks.
Oh yeah.
It's not nothing political. Just wear a mask. That's it, man. Science is clear. That's it. I don't care who you
The
vote for.
jury's
Just
still
wear
out on science, Sebastian. I don't know if you know that. We're still waiting for that to be proven. Yeah. I'm going to do a little advertisement right now since we don't have any sponsors. We are our own sponsor, and I know you guys have all been waiting eagerly for a boxed version of Postal 4. So we decided we would put one together to commemorate our early access launch. It is called the Postal 4 Coming Early Janky Edition, and it has this really nice slipcover that is embossed, and it basically details all the little things that were horribly wrong.
The bugs,
with the early access.
The floating pistol is so cool.
That's probably my favorite thing.
Pistol,
the floating pistol,
the weird hose, people falling through the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you even have the tiles from Unreal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is pretty cool here. I have gotten yelled at a couple times by people that are like, "That's not a physical edition; it's a Steam installer." And I'm like, "Listen, man, nobody's putting this disc in their computer
anymore." Yeah,
I don't
even
own...
have disc drives.
No, exactly.
I have one computer here. It's my old machine, and we just have it in the office. That's the only disc drive in my life. Like, I have 5 computers at home. There are no disc drives.
Yeah.
So,
well, my PS4 has a disc drive. That's the only thing.
Right,
I have.
and I understand people want DRM-free things, which is why we didn't just give you a disc with a Steam installer on it and a Steam key. We also give you a GOG key. And now I realize you have to download that, and I'm sorry that you have to do more downloading, but it is DRM-free on GOG. So if you wanted a DRM-free copy that comes with the disc, it does come with this. You just can't install the files off of this. I don't want to have to overly rail on this topic, but the game is in super early access still. Giving people raw install files would be a horrible idea because this game changes on a bi-weekly basis.
Yep.
I don't want to have to put up installs on the website for a disc constantly, and people are not forced to update. So stop asking. I'm sorry I've offended you. It's just the way it is. Will Postal 4 be released on console? We hope so.
Perhaps.
I'm going to go with yes. I mean, it is definitely in the cards. It's like how many years overdue that we're not on console? How long have we been around? 23 years? It's 23 years overdue that Postal hasn't been on console yet. So,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, anyway, go to our website to buy this, please. Would like to get rid of them. We have a lot of them. I shipped a bunch of them the other day. It was a fucking horrible day at the office. Doing all this packaging by myself sometimes is nauseating. But packaging up hundreds of orders it's a good day, but it's a rough day. It makes me sometimes wish I had people in the office to help me. But I don't, because none of you live here.
No, we don't.
It's just me. Don't. Sometimes I bring my wife in. I'm like, do some work. She's like, okay.
Does she or she just plays Animal Crossing?
She has not touched Animal Crossing in weeks. She is back at work. She doesn't have time for that shit.
Okay, well, that's good. Working is good. I'm not. Yeah,
she's I think she should definitely play a little more, but she's already 250 hours into it. So like,
I'm like, there's really not much more you can do unless you like max out the museum or whatever. Like whenever it gets an update, I go, oh, Animal Crossing, I'm excited again, and I play it for a day, and I'm like, okay, I checked everything out. Time to leave it for 2 more months.
She hates the museum, so it doesn't matter if there's a museum update. She doesn't want to touch
Blathers
that shit.
is annoying AF. So
so wife's not a gamer anymore. That's fine. She doesn't have time for that shit. Back at work. 4 months of furlough to the day.
Pretty insane, right?
Yeah.
Luckily for us, video games did pretty well during this horrible time in the world.
Oh yeah, we're lucky for that.
Probably shouldn't overly harp on it because we're just gonna set off a co-host over here.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we should get into one of our first topics that is an ongoing topic, and we spoke kind of at length last time. It is the battle of the billionaires, Epic versus Google.
Well,
What's the update?
And Apple. Well, the latest update is that they have now completely deleted their developer account.
Yep, that's done. Yeah.
Completely removed them because they are trying to fight this in court, and their battles in court are actually pretty stupid.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And for some reason, Microsoft jumped on their side, but Microsoft charges 30% on their own store. I don't
just
understand.
a way to jab at Apple. It was just, hey, let's jab at Apple.
Right.
So they'll take all the chances they can.
Yeah.
They just do it every time.
Yeah, that wasn't surprising.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
It's a pissing contest at this point, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and Apple's filing, which I'm not on their side of this either, but their filing was like, excuse me, guys, Epic came at us privately.
Yeah,
and
that's what I read.
tried to get their own royalty rate change. They weren't just coming to bat for all of you. They were trying to help themselves.
I know.
Yeah, but I think last time we did the podcast, we didn't know that it came after.
Right.
Yeah.
It was right after. Yeah. We
were
like,
wondering.
look at Epic
Yeah,
battling
it might
for the
be
little guy, but
And I
not
was like-
selling Postal on their own store.
And coming from Epic was like, how is that not surprising?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like I said before, something's got to give here. Like, yes, the rate is eventually going to change. Like, clearly there is a move that way. GOG has changed their royalty rates. Epic's obviously got the best royalty rates, but none of the big guys have moved at all.
No.
And the consoles aren't going to change their cuts. That's the thing. Microsoft's whining. Like, okay, guys, well, if you change your royalties to 20%, then you can join Epic's side of this. Like, they should have just done it. You know what? We changed our royalty rates. We're only going to take 20%.
No, they'll do it when they have to do it. So that's the thing.
Right. But I don't even understand how you can stand on that side of the street. They're like, yes, go Epic. And it's like, hey, but come on. Like, we all know your terms of service. They're not any different.
Change it
It's
first
just a
and then come. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shit on Apple. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not trying to take sides because I really don't care about defending any corporation, but it's like, at the end of the day, people don't like to hear this, but it's Apple's platform.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
they're doing Epic a service by, like, allowing them on it and stuff like that. So it's like they can
Marketing,
kind of make the
PR,
rules.
credit processing.
So if you don't
hosting.
like it, then I guess go to another platform. I don't know what to say.
Right.
Like,
And we all signed the same
Yeah.
publishing agreement, developer agreement that said that. So I've gotten a couple complaints that while all of our foreskin statuses are on the screen, yours is not. I'm guessing you're no foreskin
Yes.
because you're a female. Got it. Okay. We have now clarified that. Again,
Now
it
we can
is
move on.
50-50. He says discrimination is bad. Way to single her out. Well, I mean, she has big fan in her parentheses, so
True.
she's
I have a
just like you. She's just like you, except
Relatable.
we give her a mouthpiece, and she gets to come on here and talk about shit, and you don't. So shut up. This week we all tuned in eagerly to see what Nvidia was releasing, and
Oh yeah.
despite my negativity at, oh cool, we're gonna get a 3800 that's gonna be $1,500, we actually were very, very surprised at what Nvidia announced. I'll let Sebastian go into detail here.
Well, basically, like 2-3 weeks ago, we had a leak, stating all the GPUs coming out, like with the pricing range, and always take leaks with a grain of salt. But the leak was so detailed, I was like, that might be the real deal, and it was actually. So yeah, they presented their new GPUs, and it's insane for the price what you have.
Yeah.
So especially the 3080, which is I think the best bang for your buck. It's probably the one I'm gonna get. But there's also those crazy the 3090s are actually insane. So they claim that you'll be able to like play 8K games in minimum 60 FPS, which is bonkers. But yeah, really looking forward to switch my GPU already, because I have a
you changed this year.
I changed
a
like
year earlier.
3-4 months ago. Yeah, like I think February I bought a a 2070 Super, which was really good. It's still good, but I mean, compared to this, I'm like, oh fuck.
But just a 3070 that like here it won't be 500. It's gonna be 700 for us.
Yeah, it's Canadian dollars. So yeah, exactly. You usually add 30% of the price for us, but yeah, exactly. But I was pretty bold claims coming from Nvidia, but they don't bullshit. So
basically, you can spend $500 and have the performance of the top card today.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the top card is what like a 1500, something like this.
The 2080 Ti.
Oh yeah, maybe even higher than that.
Well, a 2080 Ti right now is $1,200 to $1,500, right?
So it's close to $2,000 for us. So it's expensive, but big stuff. I'm really pumped for this, and not really for the 8K game. I don't care about that, but being able to like play a good 4K game at minimum 60 to 90 FPS would be really cool. So, but yeah,
I agree, but Nvidia is also currently pissing me off because they have yet to fucking cache Postal 4 on GeForce Now. I get complaints about it every single day.
Yeah.
Because we announced that you could play it on there, and you can, but you have to run Steam inside of GeForce Now, and then you have to download the game every single time you want to play it. And it downloads quick, but it is a good 5 minutes you have to wait before playing it, and you have to do it every single time you want to play. And if you don't pay, then you have to log out every hour.
That's a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't have the money for a $500 NVIDIA RTX 3070, you might have the money for $5 a month for GeForce.
Which is but my RTX I bought it for the performance, but I really want to see the ray tracing like live in my face, and usually it's broken, so I don't have a lot of games that ray tracing really works well. But
do you get Death Stranding?
I do have Death Stranding. Yeah, it works really well. Yeah. So I'm halfway through Death Stranding right now. So what do you have like for a GPU, Kels, right now?
I believe I have a 1080.
Oh, really? So the upgrade's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, it's overdue. I just upgraded like the rest of my computer, so I'm still kind of hanging back on a new GPU because.
Well, you did good because one of their selling points was like the home studios for like people who stream like you. So
yeah, like wasn't there like a built-in green screen or something? Like.
I think so. Yeah, you're
like
right.
That. So that's pretty insane.
So that's a really good upgrade for you. Yeah, but.
Yeah, it will be something like 3 times the faster, 3 times better.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I know it's a big jump, and the whole DLSS technology is really cool. The AI, so that upscales your game. So
I'm really hoping we can get that put into our game. John, you're listening. You're listening right now. DLSS. I know we are trying to finish a game, not just.
But it's really amazing, especially in Death Stranding, because I'm running it ultra 4K and it's stable. It never dips, so it's really, really cool.
Hey, Kels, we have a question. Are your dreads real?
Yes, they are.
She's been working on them for the better part of 10 years.
Cut that in half. 5
years. See, I was just throwing shit at the wall. I was close. One other question. Postal Redux on GeForce Now. I think you can play it just the same as Postal 4. I think you have to boot Steam and download it, but you can play it right now. So if someone wants to confirm that for me, that'd be great. We're looking at you, Pedro. Hop on GeForce Now, see if you can get Redux running. Then we can actually respond to questions with knowledge that I don't have. So yeah, that's the NVIDIA stuff. Pretty cool shit. I know I'm looking for an upgrade for my 2080 Ti because it's not good enough. So maybe I'll upgrade it when they send me something.
I have a 1062, so I can't tell.
Whoa!
But it works fine.
Yeah, at home I have a 1080, so that needs an upgrade. But at work I've got a 2080 Ti. So the new Batman trailer hit a couple weeks ago. And I don't know how it made you guys feel, but it was pretty fucking good, and it was pretty fucking somber.
I was amazed by it.
Seb's like,
I know he's
I watched it. I watched it a couple of times. Yeah,
I've been waiting for the gritty Batman, dude. Like it's
all my life.
All
my
life.
life.
And that's it. Like the Christopher Nolan Batmans, like they were gritty, but they still had some cheese to them, right?
they were grandiose. It's like they were like big, like big, like big plans, cities, and I think it's going to be more like claustrophobic. This one, maybe more darker. Yeah,
Right.
but we're
for
gonna
sure.
Like Batman's gonna kill people.
maybe not kill, but brain damage. Absolutely.
Yeah, he fucking
Everything
brains
but.
the fuck out of that dude, man.
I'm looking forward to Robert Pattinson actually shutting everybody up in that
I don't
role.
know, man. Did you see Good Time?
Well, he's been doing. I haven't seen that, but he's been doing good in like The Lighthouse and like other movies that he's been in.
The Lighthouse is really fucking weird. If you want to see him act for real, watch Good Time. I don't know if you've seen any of the Safdie brothers stuff, but
I feel like he'll do a lot better job than people are expecting. So it's like they've just been shitting on him ever since Twilight.
Yeah,
so.
We're also talking about not the hardest character to.
That's fair.
No, exactly.
Like Keanu Reeves could do a good Batman here. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, John Wick is sort of like Batman a little bit. Only without the
personally, I wanted Carl Urban. I wanted a Carl Urban Batman because I thought his
That would be
dread
nice.
was phenomenal.
Dredd was good. Yeah,
and
liked it.
I thought that was his tryout for Batman, and then he never got the role. So.
But for me, Carl Urban now is Butcher. So
yeah,
he's my Butcher now. Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can skip to that. The Boys season 2 is coming out. Is it this month or is it next month? Tomorrow. Shit, I didn't even realize it was that close.
I don't recall. Season 1, was it dropped like all episodes in one shot, or?
It was.
Okay, so
I
probably
think I watched it in like a day and a half.
I don't recall, but yeah, I remember watching it pretty closely to it. Yeah. But season 2 is gonna be good, I think. Yeah. Homelander was one of my favorite villains right now.
That's your favorite guy.
Guy? He is. He's an asshole. I love it.
Well, but there's gonna be like super terrorists in this next season, so I'm assuming we're gonna get some much worse people.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys haven't watched The Boys, Amazon Prime, check it out now. It's probably one of the better shows in the last 5 years, and it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of the blue. Yeah,
like we get all of these Netflix sort of superhero-y shows canceled all at once, and then Amazon decides to drop us one that was kind of wacko.
Big bombshell.
Yeah. And it was
haven't read the comics
without
though.
being the Watchmen. So
yeah, is it really close to the source material of the comic, or I haven't?
I'm not a comic person, so I don't have an answer for you. Does anybody else here know?
I don't.
No. No, Kels doesn't know either. We brought her on thinking she would have some comic knowledge, but
I have a little bit. I'm not like crazy in comics, but yeah, I do like some comics here and there.
Which ones?
Kick-Ass is actually my favorite. I just I love the concept of that one, and it's it's actually my favorite comic book movie too. Like everyone's all
I
over.
like both movies.
Yeah. The first one, was a bit better than the second one, but with all the sea of Marvel movies, I think Kick-Ass was done it
was a bit of fresh air. Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
the action was great, the gore was great, the characters were great. I really enjoyed it.
See, and I think Watchmen is the best comic book.
Watchmen is a good one too.
Did you watch the series? I hope so.
I haven't watched the series, but I've seen the movie.
You haven't watched the series?
It's probably the best from last year.
Okay.
It was
That's
amazing.
Number one on my list.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
That and Chernobyl, watch them both.
Yeah,
I still need to watch that too. Yeah. I'm slacking on TV, dude.
Yeah, that's only between the two. It's 14 episodes, so just blow through that shit because it is worth every minute of your time.
The Watchmen, Jeremy Irons is amazing.
And there is no second season as of right now. They are not planning for one. HBO might overrule.
Yeah, he wrote it for a one-off.
Yeah, Lindelof does not want to keep it going. So
no.
But what's it called? I did start Lovecraft Country.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah,
it's from Jordan Peele, right?
What's that?
It's Jordan Peele. It's it's like a horror show that takes place in the
well, it's like
sometime in the mid-century here.
Yeah, different times. Yeah.
A lot of racism, a lot of horror, good shit.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't know how much Jordan Peele horror you've watched, but it's good stuff. He's clear.
I'm waiting for the new Candyman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
I like the classics. So I'm curious to see what direction the new one goes in.
Yeah, pretty. Did you like his two first movies, Us and? Get Out were very good. Yeah, like both of those movies.
I like how psychological they are.
I just found out he's married to Chelsea Peretti, and they have a kid.
Yeah.
I did not know that until I listened to her on Mark Maron's podcast, and they're married.
So she was pregnant like 2 years ago. She was pregnant from him.
Yes. I mean, really? I assume so.
I had no idea. Wow, I didn't know that.
Who knows?
Was she on Key and Peele? Like, I'm trying to.
Oh, really?
Put them together, like in comedy, but I guess I really don't know their history. But yeah,
no, I don't. But you just, she's cool. I didn't know that. Cool.
Can we add the Postal for different clothes to dress the Postal? Okay, is the dude going to get his coat back? Is what people want to know.
Yeah.
Yes.
The alien shirt too, I think.
Yes. I'm not positive it'll make it into the next update, considering the next update is like today or tomorrow. But the next major update, Wednesday in the game, I think so. I think we're going to get that in there. I think John's in the chat. If he's still there, you can address that to them. Would it be possible for Postal 4 on a new MacBook? Probably not. At some point, we're going to have it ported to Mac, but I'm going to guess it's going to require a Mac Pro with a dedicated GPU. Or you can play it on GeForce Now once it's cached, or you can just play it right now on whatever computer you have on GeForce Now. You just have to log into Steam within GeForce Now and download it and play it. For fuck's sake, Chad, get our shit cached. And yeah, his name's fucking Chad.
Oh yeah, you named it last time.
Oh,
Chad.
Fucking short-term memory loss here. I'm getting old. My gray hairs are fucking with my brain. Where did we get the name Running with Scissors? I think we've answered this question ad nauseum. The company was making stuff that your mother wouldn't want you to do. Your mother always told you not to run with scissors, so we named the company Running with Scissors. Pretty simple. The girl on the top left do be pretty dope. Is that me? The girl on the top
You're on my top left.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not turning into an old man. I'm turning into a old gamer
youthful
girl. I think it's because I named the podcast Gamer Girls Love Postal, so people are just thinking we're all gamer girls. But just like Spartacus, I am a gamer girl. Are you also a gamer girl, Sebastian?
Yeah, sometimes.
You're not a true gamer girl unless you have a simp. Do you guys have any simps?
I don't have a simp right now. I wish I had one. Yeah.
Yeah, they could buy you that GPU.
I do subscribe to our simps on Reddit, but that is not the same thing.
What is that subreddit? It's like people.
So.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. I remember now. Okay.
Are you familiar with this, Kels?
I am now.
I don't think so.
So there was an image years ago of a naked woman with Homer Simpson drawn on her crotch, and Homer's mouth. So there's a whole subreddit dedicated to Simpson-looking women's parts.
There's a subreddit for everything.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
My favorite one is Argon Wilder. It's not related to
familiar
Gone Wild.
With that
it's
one.
related to Gene Wilder.
Nice.
Yeah. Tenet. So two of the people in this podcast could go see Tenet right now.
But I will not.
Nope, me neither.
I'm not comfortable going in a movie theater right now. But that's just
I heard they're like rotating the seats every movies, and then you have two meters in each seat.
Yeah, they're supposed to have a vacant seat. Yeah,
but even then,
but you're
that
still
sounds like so much work.
Yeah.
For sure it is.
They're only doing 40% capacity, and
are they disinfecting?
Yeah,
They're
still in a closed environment with people for 2+.
Exactly.
But fuck, do I want to see that movie?
Yeah, made 55 million in only 3 days, which is impressive considering that there's shit tons of movie theaters.
What was the Super Spreader event at the beginning of September? Tenet's release.
Was it?
I want to also see the Dune trailer that's playing before Inception.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's something I would do. Like pay for Inception, go in there, watch the Dune
And then
trailer,
go-
and then leave.
Leave, yeah.
Bail out.
I'm sure some people do that for sure.
Yeah.
Well.
But I mean, I don't trust people's judgment enough to go sit in movie theater. So
Yeah, I like don't even like going to the supermarket because I see
yeah.
so many people with their masks underneath their
Yeah,
nose
just-
or
yeah.
pulled
Oh,
up
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
I'm like, what is the point, dude?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But-
or the when you see the like someone asks someone something and then they're what they bring the mask
Yeah.
out
Yep.
and they
I
then
can't
they-
hear you, so remove your
What?
mask
Yeah,
and
remove
spit in
your
my
mask.
face, please.
I mean, yeah. Well, here where we live, masks are mandatory everywhere. So
Yeah.
everyone wears a mask, but there's like people
Mhm.
wearing it underneath their nose. Or like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Mhm.
Yeah,
or
there's-
and the wrongs like under.
Uh,
Well, and gators are
mask.
super popular, but gators do nothing. They actually break your spit particles up into smaller spit particles.
Ooh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Basically, what these studies have now said is that if your mask does not have cotton in it, if
Yep.
it's just polyester, it is actually worse for the pandemic. If you are coughing or inhaling, it's just ripping apart these spit particles in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, that sucks.
Yeah, I live in I'd say like purple city in Washington, but it's still pretty red in some
Yeah.
parts. So there's a lot of people, like MAGA people, that are just like, I don't give a fuck about this mask mandate.
Mm.
I'm going to stand as close as I can to you, wherever the fuck you're at, post office.
Yep. And I'm going
just
to
anything.
intentionally hack as loud as possible.
Exactly. And just,
That's
oh my
sad.
gosh, the entitlement, dude. It's really not that hard to wear a mask for like, what, 30 to 45 minutes while you're grocery shopping. And then
Right.
as soon as you walk out of the store, you can take that shit off. Like, I don't, like, it's not that much to ask. I
really
don't know why
not.
people are, the grown ass people are throwing like literal tantrums over this. And I'm like really
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah. No, it is really showing the world who doesn't give a fuck.
I know, right? And I'm like, I already knew humans were selfish, but holy shit, to this degree,
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
it's pretty psycho.
Only getting
Depressing,
worse.
actually.
Mhm.
Yep. We're not out of it yet.
Mandalorian trailer didn't come out. It was supposed to come out in August. That was the big news, and then it never came. I'm sad.
Yeah, I am too.
I
I
wanted to
hope
see
there's
some fucking Ahsoka Tano.
some Baby Yoda too, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
That's fine.
I have a Baby Yoda tattoo. I know it's fine, but my favorite Star Wars character is Ahsoka Tano.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Why?
Yeah. I mean, did you watch all of Clone Wars and Rebels?
Yeah, I did.
And you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
find her to be the most interesting character in the entire
Well,
show?
I don't know.
Oh, really? Who's your favorite character?
I don't know if I have one. I just like the both series.
Wars, but I've watched it all.
I know. I know. I like Star Wars a lot. I think I just played the little mobile game of Star Wars, and she was really bad, so I just didn't like her.
Judging a
Disappointed
character
in
by
you,
the
Em. I'm
shitty
disappointed in
plugin.
you, Em. That's sexist. She's the best character. Anyway, no Mandalorian trailer, but they did announce that it's coming out at the end of October. So we have to wait 2
I will
months.
renew my Disney Plus subscription. I will watch it and I will cancel it after, like I did.
And we will finish the season before the election.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys don't get to vote in that election.
No,
but,
we don't have. But we're watching closely.
Yeah, we'll be watching.
It's because of the if a repeat happens, you guys are going to start sawing the earth.
Oh
in
yeah.
between Canada and the United
We're gonna
States.
push the continent away.
Yeah, push it away.
Yeah. I don't know much about this, so I'm going to let Sebastian talk about Tom Cruise's latest stunt.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, basically he was filming Mission Impossible 8, I think. Is it the 8th one? Anyway, they started right before people started to go in lockdown, so they stopped the production of the film, and as a measure to start filming again, Tom Cruise rented 2 cruise ships from Norway at the hefty sum of €500,000 each for the remainder of the shooting, so that people could basically live on a bubble on the ship. so people could like go on land, shoot, and come back at night and sleep on the cruise ship. So there was no COVID contamination.
They're
but,
like, you know what? We're gonna stop COVID from spreading onto the set, but we are gonna rent two of the most polluting objects.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're
That's
gonna
true.
wreck the ocean and the air at the same time.
Wait, is Tom Cruise like a big environment guy like
No.
Leo?
No,
Okay.
I don't think he is. No, I don't. Never heard about him ranting about that. He rants about a lot of stuff, but no, I don't think environment is one of them. But yeah, power move from Tom Cruise right there. So, but I'm pretty sure he's producing the movie. So anyway, it's to his advantage. So, but yeah, imagine that being living on a cruise ship with the people you work with for filming a movie. Yeah.
I mean, at least they're like huge enough to where you're not just like together all the time.
Oh yeah, they're really big. I don't know if you saw
Freaking
pictures. They're huge.
Yeah, they're
But-
big Norwegian ships.
If there's an outbreak,
You're fucked.
That's true.
everybody gets it.
Yeah, true.
They're basically petri dishes.
Right. It's
Yeah.
just like
And then-
norovirus, ship AIDS,
Yeah.
they call it.
Yeah.
And exactly. And then in the start of COVID all over again.
Yeah. So I mean, they must have like crazy rules when they're filming on land. I can't imagine. But yeah, it's Hollywood adapting to the situation right now, which is there's always solutions, I guess, when money's involved.
The answer is rent a boat.
Rent
a
a
boat.
huge
Yeah.
polluting boat. Yeah.
Or like a
big-
float, like they should just build a ship that floats in the air and everybody lives in this floating
Oh,
land.
we're gonna go there, I think.
Yeah, that's next.
Yeah.
And
but-
in other GTA-like news, a bunch of pilots around LAX were reporting a man in a jetpack at something like 10,000 feet, I believe.
yeah.
And no, this was not David Blaine attached to a fucking bunch of balloons floating up in the air. This was an actual man in a jetpack fucking with airport lanes.
I mean,
What a legend.
I know, but I mean, I knew jetpacks existed, but they could like hover like a couple
Over
of feet.
water.
Over water.
Yeah.
Over water.
I mean,
They don't last forever. Like you have
Yeah.
to come down at some point.
I
so
think it was
going
Elon
up that
Musk.
high.
Elon Musk was testing
Yeah,
some new
probably
some
was.
new device he has.
In his guard, just
So,
for fun.
basically, I missed a memo that jetpacks now legitimately exist. I didn't know that. I thought they were like over water, like we said. But yeah, and you can hear the recording audio of like the tower corresponding with the pilots, and they're like, well, "There's someone at my left, like maybe 300 yards from me," and they're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that. So we have like we're living a time where we have super villains now with
Yeah.
jetpacks.
And they're just
Or
trying
you
to take
think you-
down airplanes, except all that would happen is they would get sucked into the
Yeah.
fucking jet and get destroyed.
I
Imagine-
mean, if any
Yeah.
year was going to create supervillains, it's 2020. So
Yeah.
it's just, I'll say that.
Yeah, and we've got a few like trillionaires out there going
yeah.
at each other's throats.
So okay,
It's great.
did you see Elon Musk like detailing his Neuralink thing? Did you see that?
No.
So he would you have one installed? I'd wait a couple of versions.
Yeah,
but,
that's like getting the emergency youth authorization COVID vaccine.
oh
Like,
yeah, that's another
I'll
thing.
take that vaccine that has not been through phase 3 trials. Just jam it in my arm. No
the
problem.
Russian one, right? Yeah.
We don't
the
need to know
Russian
the
one.
efficacy or the morbidity
But
rate
yeah,
or anything like that.
Basically, he claims that you'll be able to listen to music in your head with that thing.
But why? I like to listen to music with my friends.
I know.
And what
Hey,
happens when
listen-
it short circuits and you fucking can't sleep?
No idea.
I
That's,
mean, aren't AirPods good enough? Like,
yeah.
why do I
On that
need
don't
to
need
listen
anything.
to it in my
topic. The other night, me and my wife walked the dog. We had one of my AirPods was in my ear, one was in her ear. We got back to the house. I go to grab mine from her, and I take it out to my case was in my car. I go out to my car, put them in there. Don't think anything about it. The next day, I get to the office, and I open up my AirPod case, and they're not fucking there. And now I cannot find them.
No.
I have the case.
I'm always afraid of that, honestly.
Who the
You
it's
lost your
not-
AirPods?
I mean, I must have put them somewhere, but I
Yeah.
distinctly remember putting them in the case, and now they're not there, and I can't find them in the house. So I'm like, did I have them in my short pocket and they got washed? But like, there's nothing in the washing machine.
You'll
We'll
like
find
forget
them.
about it, and then they'll just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
show up randomly like
Yeah.
in a few days.
Well, there are
On your desk or
and
something.
I saw I can buy replacement ones for $80 each, but I don't want to spend $160 and then find them in 2 weeks.
Oh, that might happen too.
Yeah.
Right.
You might
And they're
forget about
supposedly
them.
announcing new ones here relatively soon. So,
New ones? Didn't they just
Yeah.
come out with new ones? What
Yeah.
They move way too fast for
Yeah.
me, dude.
yes. The post Steve Jobs era at Apple has been kind of all over the place, but AirPods are one of the things they did very, very well.
Yeah, I
someone
agree.
wants to know, are we planning to localize Postal 4? Yes, we are planning to localize Postal 4. It will probably be subtitles at first, and then we will get...
In French, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
We'll do the translation.
We have Frenchies on the team. We actually have, people that translate it, and according to her, real French, not that fucking
Real
Canadian
French.
bullshit. Yeah. Like I think she's actually watching right now. Her name's Jude. She just gave us a little smile, and
Yeah, there you go.
she likes to say she's the one that does our French translations, actually. So if you want to
We'll
take it up
review
with
it.
anyone, take it up with Jude. See, she just said something in French.
We just nothing at 5. Okay, yeah.
Just
There's
doing it.
No spelling mistakes there. That's good so far. Yeah.
Someone wants to know how's not having the mad cow anymore. It's pretty good. I'm allowed to walk around the streets. Well, even though we can't because there's COVID. I think we have hit our time limit for today. We've got a team meeting coming up. Not sure we talked about anything, but I think we had a good time for the last hour. I want to thank Miss Slaughter up in the top right, our only actual gamer girl, for helping us out with this podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. And
It was fun.
My Canadian friends, Hem and Seb, thanks for hosting this episode with us. And thank you all for listening. And
see you next
we'll see you
time.
guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Standing on the outside, sitting looking in. Always been the best at being everybody's friend. But if I tried to speak my mind, would you care? Would you listen to every little detail, every single sin? Every time I hurt, would you try to make it end? If I tied this noose, would you pry it loose, or just push me off the edge? I'd rather feel nothing, since no one can see me anyway. Just stay here in silence, since no one will heal me anyway. I'm feeling like an outcast, but I'm by myself. No one here to talk to, guess I need some help. Just a little patience without limitations. I just need to face this, maybe you can tell.